Alright everybody, we are here today taking a look at a little stranded, open world island survival game by the name of Len Island. It seems at first glance, however, like a very comfortable game. You apparently land on this island, you get to go ahead and start building, crafting, farming, the usual stuff that you do in these games, right? However, there's a little bit of an underlying mystery to the game as well. There's these dungeons, you see, which you tend to explore if you want to. You don't necessarily have to, but doing so lets you acquire certain things that might unlock more advanced crafting down the line. But this also starts to give you a bit of background to the island you're at, because things aren't as comfy as they seem to be. Alright, so we have docked. Is that proper? Docked? I'm gonna really quickly do something which I learned about, which is gonna give us a little bit of a advantage early on, especially once we take a little dive into the caves, because I will do that eventually. Right now I just want to actually go and start building and collecting and maybe building a small little house so we don't necessarily have to sleep off of our little broken dingy raft here. But as you see, I'm swimming off into the ocean apparently. I have a death wish for Len because he is going to perish out here eventually once he tires out and drowns. But no, as a matter of fact, I'm doing this because this happens. It is something I read about in the Steam forum, so I've played this game before a little bit, just the collecting and crafting aspect of it, and this is something I read about, and I was like, oh, it actually gives you an advantage early on because you wind up in a lonely island here with apparently the remains of another individual. And here we find the Marlin sword, the weapon once used by Captain Marlin. One day he left the pirate bar, never to be seen again, so apparently he wandered off over here, got drunk, and I guess he... Captain Marlin, much like me, couldn't swim, so he got stranded here and he died. But let's bring this out here really quickly and start doing a little basic collecting. Now, we're kind of far off from where we started. We're going to be going, I think, east for the most part. This will teach us about whenever you swing at something. So for instance, if I bring my axe out here, you'll see that little glimmer. And if you click right on that glimmer, you get a little critical hit. It actually works for combat as well, but it basically helps you bring these things down a little bit faster. But however, the thing is that you got to be clicking on time, right? So you got to get a little rhythm. If you don't do that, you can just hold down, what is that, left click? Yeah, that's how the mouse works. Otherwise, you just hold it down and he'll do it automatically. So it's really up to you. Do you want to sit here and do a little rhythm game? Or are you like me, a very lazy individual, and you're like, you know what? I'm perfectly content with just holding it on left click and just taking my sweet time. There's no rush, right? We want to collect these because we want to have a lot of these different, I guess, plants planted around our base. Now, I don't know where our base is going to be, but early on, if I could get us towards where we started, we could technically find something relatively easy to kind of make your very first base. So this is where you necessarily want to start, I would say. Because your raft where we spawned in from should be right over here. So, if you want a little bit of guidance point after you pick up your sword, you go all the way east after you get it. Or if you don't want to even pick up the sword, just go a little bit off to the west once you spawn in, and this is all fine. And all we really have to do here, technically speaking, is... Are you the best tool for this? Kind of, yeah. All we have to technically do here is put up one wall and put up a bed. Let's check this note out here. We followed the orders, the bridges have been destroyed, and the second cave entrance demolished. We will be heading back early in the morning. Now the second cave has been demolished. You can actually find it very close to where we picked up the Captain Marlin sword. Like a little bit south from there if I'm right. And that one is completely caved in. The only cave that's available to us is one that we'll check out towards the end of the video or something here. But I do want to do a little bit of the old farming, at least setting that up and building here. So let's find out really quickly, what do we need for this wall? Wooden building, yes, let's keep this up. 10? Yeah, we could definitely do 10. There it is. So now we have sealed this up. Let's pop in here. And let's go into food farming. We're looking for... There we go. Utility and storage. We could actually make our bed now. Let's do so. Rotate this bad boy preferably towards me. Hey. Now, we don't necessarily have to sleep just yet. You'll know when this is our HP down here. This is our hunger down here. But once it starts dropping a bit too much, or maybe it's dark, then you're ready for sleep. Right now, we're perfectly fine. Let's think about farming, and then I'm going to probably show off this bridge that they talked about, because there are some bridges that leads us to interesting places as well. A workbench, obviously very useful. For this, however, we need 12, if you've seen there. It turns out being scrap. And you get that from barrels. Barrels are the place we're going to go check out pretty soon, and there's a lot of them in the caves as well. But, you know, until you make this, you can't actually make more of the advanced things. So your very first goal, I would say, in Len Island is to acquire barrels. Barrels are very important to get the workbench, which will open up your crafting significantly. Right now, though, let's do a little bit of farming if we can, which luckily we can indeed farm. Put one plot down here, so we shall. Let's rotate. I don't know, give me a little bit of room just for walking stuff, and we'll place you like that. That's fine. Now, no, my friend. You are not Stretch Armstrong. You are not Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards. You need to get closer to the tree and swing before it actually will go down. Wait, what are you doing to me, huh? Just hit the thing, dog. What, are you drunk? This guy, no wonder he freaking crashed on it. His line is over here just apparently taking parties out in his little raft, drinking, crashing about. You get off of my little plantation thing right there, okay? Look at this thing. Hey, I need that. That's mine. Fine, whatever. You get out there. Hold on. We might be able to jump onto it. Jump onto it. That's mine. All right? Yeah, I'm a big stickler when it comes to, like, you know, having everything around me, like, cleared up. Like, I don't like little bushes like this around. It's just the OCD in me, you know, where it's just kind of like, look, dude. You're kind of in the way of my building here. Oh!
No, not the bees! Not the bees!
Oh, okay. I was not aware that bees attacked us as well in this game. Did I at least get a beehive from this or what? No, you just took damage just to take damage. I don't see any beehive here. But there's another spot that's not a bad place to actually start out, but it's actually nicer than this little, you know, freaking 2x2 shack here, which you barely can move around. And there's another place you could actually have more room. For that, let's go check it out right now. We have to go north. But along the way, we will indeed to collect stone, because as I mentioned, we're going to need some of this to make 2 bridges to make that happen.
2 hours later.
We have arrived at a little bit extra farming just in case, but if we go, again, as I mentioned, from that little house that we found and we kind of put a wall up, if you continue going north, you will hit this bridge up here. Now, this bridge requires 80 and 20 fibers to build, so let's go ahead and do that. It'll be step number 1. And then we have a second bridge right over here. With any luck? No, we're lacking not so much, I would say. Yeah, we're only just smacking 10 because we could stack up to 150, which is really good. The game is very nice about, like, letting you, like, you know, it's not really too big an issue when it comes to overburdening you with items, like how much you can carry. Like a bunch of these survival games, so they limit you, right? Like you can only carry so much because essentially the point of that is to make you go back and forth until you get, like, you know, bigger chests to store stuff. So it's basically like a way to increase longevity of gameplay. You know, it's like artificial inflating of the hours, you know. Think of like Assassin's Creed games, you know, like the Valhallas and whatever. Fun games for the most part, but I mean, like, good God almighty. Like, can we take it easy with the artificial inflating of the hours? It takes me like 80 hours to beat one of those games. So a lot of games tend to do that. Limit you for, you know, that reason alone. You're playing a bit longer. So luckily here, this game, the good part here is it actually lets you carry 150 in one load, which is, you know, fairly reasonable, I would say. Very nice, as a matter of fact. A lot of these games, you know, carry 4-piece or 4 logs, go back, dump it off, you can't carry anymore. So we have 2 bridges now, and as you can see, very simple to actually get this up and running, and this will bring us up to here. So in case you want to have a little small shack, you could have a small little, I guess, like, I don't know, island of villa, I suppose. And there's actually a second floor to this one, too. Now, the good part here is that we also got scraps. I think we might actually now have enough. 16, yeah. We have enough actually now to make the workbench, which would be nice because one of the things I haven't been able to unlock just yet are torches. As you can see right now, it's late. It's dark. So a torch would be nice. However, I think we might need a coal as well. Let's jump out of here and... oh, fall damage, really? Fall damage? Come on. Get some dairy into you. Get your calcium intake up. Your brittle ankles. Alright, so we are back. Let's go ahead here and get some sleep. I think sleeping will also automatically save it for us, so we should be good there. Alright. So all of our HP there. 57 hunger. Might have to acquire some more food here pretty soon. One of the things that I forgot to do when we left, though, was plant some things here. So what do we got to plant? We got some lavender, we got marigold, and we got some roses. Really nothing actually, you know, something that'll keep us fed. Blueberries. I ate all the blueberries. Oh, come on, Falcon. Let me go find a blueberry bushy really quickly because I would like to actually grow some blueberries. They're actually very simple for feeding ourselves early on. You, my friend, look like blueberries. There you go. Another one around here, maybe, perhaps? Oh, I didn't even notice this before. What is this supposed to be? Ooh. To Bridgewater Town? So let's go ahead here and make sure that we plant all the berries because that's going to actually keep us fed. And then after that, we got lavender, we got marigold. Let's do a little bit of everything, huh? Plant whatever you can. Perfect. Okay, now workbench. I guess we'll build it somewhere here. Why not? Workbench, workbench. There it is. So we got everything. Did I put you up against this wall here, or is this right here obstructing you? Oh, don't tell me you gotta be inside. Oh, you absolute scumbaggery. You gotta be inside, don't you?
That's right, it stinks!
So, let's go ahead and get a foundation like that. And... just realized. Need to figure out how to break down this wall, by the way. I guess we'll just... For now, let's just do it that way. Can we actually put that in there? Does it have to have a roof as well? No. Okay, that's fine. No, we'll just have like a little outside portion to that, just like that. There it is. Perfect. Little outside workbench. I like it. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Move. Okay. So, we got our chest here. And workbench. So, what can we build now? Very good question. Ooh. Circular windows. Oh, you gotta learn it first. Ah, so the salvage method is to learn. So you learn stuff and then you can make it. Well, that's intriguing. Hopefully that's not the same case with weapons. No. So we got a shield. We need more wood. And whatever this is, iron shards, which I'm pretty sure we haven't picked any of those up right there. Iron spear, iron hammer. Okay. What about torch? It's going to be very dark where we're going. Adventurer's torch. Coal, of course. What you're telling me right now is that I built this just to build it because technically speaking, everything that's in here just about that I'm looking for requires things that we normally get down into the cave. Okay. So the cave is going to be, again, we're following that path from our very first base, starter base. This is the cave right here. Now, intriguing, when I was looking for these barriers, I actually found that if you go south from here, there's actually this, which I haven't checked out just yet. Curious if there's any goods here, if it's kind of like another... Oh, wait, this is locked up, though. A small cottage fit for a lumberjack wishing to live off the land has been abandoned for many years. The shack could be home to a woodcutting friend one day. Oh, so you could probably build the Len Island up, perhaps? Like, you eventually meet somebody who could be like, hey, you want to be a lonesome lumberjack out here? I got the right place for you. So I guess this is what that's about, huh? I thought it was something we could undertake ourselves as well, but no. Alright. Well, that's that. Let's go off and actually let's have a couple of these berries. We got 10. We're filled up just about halfway there, but at least our HP is good. Now, as I mentioned, it would have been nice. It would have been very terribly nice for us to have a torch before we came in here. But we needed coal, and coal, at least so far that I'm aware of, with my very limited knowledge, you acquire it down here. Matter of fact, what we're attacking right now is actually coal. So it would be nice to have the torch in our hand as we're progressing down, but luckily here, along the way, yes, thank you. Along the way, we could use the coal that we acquired to light up with this. So obviously, all of this here so far, I mean, the note that we saw shows signs that, you know, people were here at some point working and living, but then something must have happened for them to order the second cave to be, you know, basically destroyed. And this one, oddly enough, was not. Why? Well, I mean, I guess you could probably imagine that they never got a chance to. Never got a chance to, or at least they tried and they failed. That's the reason why there is no information about this cave here so far. That in there. Did you, Oh, do we have enough? Oh, I guess we don't have enough. Oh, we picked up enough coal with that. Yeah, coal's a little bit stingy. It's a little bit stingy to actually acquire coal. So maybe it might not be the best for you to turn on every single lamp you come to, especially early on, but for the premise of the video, I'm going to try to do it just because, like, it'll make it a lot easier for you guys to see with YouTube's compression of dark stuff. Okay, so here I believe you can do it now, but once... Oh, you can. Oh, it's you got to build it from that side. I mean, you could always build this, I imagine. Probably shouldn't be too expensive, but obviously you could also do it by just jumping and doing the dodge what I taught you about. Otherwise, you know, you can just put in 40 next time around. But we don't have that right now, so we're fine. This should be, I believe, more iron shards. But let's continue going forward for now. And we'll light this one. How much coal do we have, by the way? Coal. We got 15, which is enough for at least 3 more lights. And let's make sure that our sword's out. This is where things start getting a little bit hairy. Should be able to destroy this as well. Just for reads. Not worth it. Okay. So somewhere around here we go. Let's bring these bad boys up to the light so we can get a better look at them here, hopefully. So we got like some weird crab spider thing. This dude, I don't know what that is. That seems like some sort of like seafaring creature from the deep. Some Lovecraft stuff right there. Get our dodge rolls in there if we can as well. One dude is down. Oh yeah, I forgot that we have skills with this blade too. I'm over here attacking it like I'm using the Bowie knife. We do have skills, which might be a little bit helpful there. So yeah, those are some of the early enemies right here early on. I haven't really seen many different ones from those that we just saw right there. However, there's oh, this is gonna be stone. Yeah, we're filled up on stone. I'm looking for more coal. Is this a coal one? It's stone as well. Now down there I haven't progressed to just yet. Here, 12 to light this bad boy. Dude, I thought we had 15. Oh, you know what? We had 10. We did have 15, but I lit the other one, so it brought us down to 10 from 12. And I haven't explored through here, so yeah. There's actually a lot here. There's basically a bunch of like branching spots from this point onward. Let me go to where I have been, because I have a bit more familiarity for it. So I've been through here. Now that is going to actually spawn the little small arachnid dudes. But if you get all up in that, especially with the Captain Marlins, it's a lot easier. With the Bowie knife, it does take a bit longer, but if you get all up in that like that, you can easily stop them from spawning. Handle it that one. Here we got a couple of more. Scrap. But as you can see, the darkness just completely makes this horrible for us to actually see here. I would like to just save what we got to get that big bonfire thing happening over there, because I'm kind of curious about it. And again, apologies for the darkness. I know YouTube is going to overly compress the darkness here for you. Oh, don't fall now. I don't know what sort of Lovecraft Mythos monster Cthulhu thing lives down there, and I don't really want to find out right now. I think we might be able to acquire a little bit of extra coal through here or through up a level if I'm right. Like, we just need to get 2 more pieces and we get that big bonfire thing lit up. Hello, my friend. There's actually a lot of you here, huh? I would like to use one of these skills on you if you will allow me to do so. I mean, I guess it kind of did its job, but not particularly to my liking, I would say. Let's have a bear. I'm a little hungry anyway. We brought those 2 down. Okay, so in my travels of trying to actually get some of this coal, which a lot of it I'll cut off because it's basically me just roaming around the dark, hacking at things, trying to find coal until I actually found it. I found this over here off in the darkness. Now, I'm not sure there's anything here to light up. I do have enough coal to light up that big pillar at the start, which I'll start backtracking to here pretty soon. But I found this little, not sure what this is, but could be a small little base for your underground exploration here. Of course, obviously, it'd be a lot easier if we actually had a torch to be able to see what's what in here. But it seems like definitely a viable place to actually build off of quite a bit. Well, let's go down here. Now, that's how I got, oh, of course, brittle ankles. Now, see, that was a fall that I could agree with, though. That was kind of a big one. So yeah, I ran into this here. But obviously if I light this, then we cannot light the one at the start, which I'd rather go in order, right? I'd rather also just apparently jump to my apparent demise. Let's try that again. Thankfully it only does 10 damage, and that's about it. I don't think this is coal. If it would be, I would light the one that's back there too. Oh, it actually is coal. Yeah, I finally am able to tell what it is. Like, the iron shards are like the smaller, thinner ones, but this here I believe is coal because you saw those small little rock formations on it. So you know what, if this is coal, we're lighting up both of them. Oh, it's coal, baby. Full of stone. I don't care about the stone, we got plenty of that stuff. And there's again another bridge here yet again that you can build. So there's a ton of exploration to do in this cave. That was possibly the worst jump ever. I'm surprised I didn't fall to my death again. I'm also surprised my mouse pad is apparently falling on my table. Stay on the table. You don't belong off the table. So that's all it does. Just gives me a little bit of light over here. By the way, I had to do this in darkness. Which was complete pitch black darkness. You've probably seen the video. And I couldn't figure out how to get up there, and eventually I somehow apparently made it to that. Let me get up there. All in darkness, I refused to turn this on because I was hoping for... Oh! So that's what you guys are for. Not just lighting up it gives you HP. I mean, I don't know because I've never actually lit one of these up before, as I've mentioned. So that's actually good. Okay. So you could just store the food for actual hunger, and then if you need HP, go back to any little bonfires and you're good to go. Alright. As a matter of fact, there's one right there, but again, we don't need that. I want to actually get the one here nearby. There it is. Yeah, buddy. And these, as you can see, are indeed stones, which are the ones that we saw. I don't think we have any more, do we? We got 8, which isn't... Well, actually, it's enough for at least one light. But I'd actually rather save it to go and be able to make a torch, so it's a lot easier for me to, you know, traverse here in the darkness and be able to see what's up. But you know what? I think with that, it's a perfect spot for us to wrap up. I've shown you some of the upside stuff, collecting whatever. Especially the Captain Martin sword. Definitely pick that one up because it's very simple. And I showed you a little bit of what's happening here underground, which, as I mentioned, got some weird Cthulhu-like monsters of the deep happening, so who knows? Who knows the story of Len, but... As I mentioned, early access right now, still in development. I believe they're adding multiplayer next, so, you know, if this is something you rather play with a bunch of people, which might simplify things for sure, it's coming up here as well. Night. Well, I think it's time for me to go back home and get some sleep. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. All the information for Len Island will be down below. I'll catch you next time.